can't give you a good reason. Matt, you know how I do it. I had a good week my first week, but that's no guarantee. Sometimes you have to take a game, and especially if you're in contests and stuff like that you don't think make any sense. I think that the Dallas Cowboys played Philadelphia pretty good, but what's going to happen in this game? Can the Dable's on the hot seat, another coach? I do know this: if the Giants lose this game by more than the spread, I'll jump off them for the year.
All right, Mike North, 4-3 in the first week of the contest here, and he got two more plays. Let's go ahead and throw up his contest card on the board here. Best bet, Vikings, also on the Chiefs, Patriots, Colts, Giants. And, Mike, your last two plays here, we got about 40 seconds left. Bills -6 and Jaguars +3.5.
Well, Justin Fields fever. New York Jets, I think people feel they could keep it close. It was close for Buffalo. They're past that tough game. I think Josh Allen's he is the best quarterback in football. He proved that the other night. And as far as Jacksonville, I think everybody expected Cincinnati to run away with this one, but I think they'll keep it close.
That's Mike North out of Chicago. Mike, always great to talk with you. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, buddy. Follow him at North to North. We come back, you're going to get plays from several contestants, including the Bear, Chris Fleeka, the initial champion of this contest. Back in a couple minutes.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. 2 minutes twice a day, making sure they brush their teeth, is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia1 Network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
It's the perfect setting for any occasion. Legacy Club Rooftop Cocktails. Reserve your spot today at circalasvegas.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed menu boards and banners printed.
What you really needed was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs, even flyers in time for my grand opening.
And that's when the other shoe dropped.
Not quite. I got $125 off my custom print order.
Cha-ching! For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online until 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
This is the Circa Friday Football Invitational, presented by Omaha Steaks on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Always remember, go to omahasteaks.com/VSiN. Got a bunch of great deals up there for you. omahasteaks.com/VSiN. G-Bank is built for sports bettors in mind. Right now, you can earn a $50 cashback reward bonus once you're approved, and your account is open with G-Bank Visa Signature Card. Again, the G-Bank is built with sports bettors in mind, and that's why it's such a good deal. While most credit cards treat sportsbook and gaming transactions as cash advances, even when it's your own money, G-Bank treats them as regular purchases. That means no cash advance fees, saving you up to 3 to 5% on every deposit, plus you earn 1% cash back on all eligible sportsbook and gaming transactions, 2% cash back on everything else you buy. Apply now at vsin.com/GBank, ESIN.com/GBank. All right, let's get to 8 more contestants in the field of 25 for the Friday Football Invitational. Chuck Edel, the Iceman, defending champ, tied for first, 5-2 of the best bet winner after week 1. He's tied with the team of Frank Betty and Anthony Curtis. Let's take a look at the plays for Frank B and AC here in week number 2. Best bet, Buffalo Kent State over 48.5. 6 college plays and 1 out of the NFL for Frank B and AC. Iowa State minus 21 at Arkansas State. Utah, Wyoming under 45.5 in Laramie. Iowa State, Arkansas State over 56. So again, Iowa State laying the points and Iowa State over 56. The best bet was Buffalo Kent State over 48.5. Buffalo minus 21.5 also on the card. Talked about Wyoming, Utah, Wyoming under 45.5. Frank B likes these correlated parlays. He's also playing Wyoming plus 23.5 against Utah. And 1 out of the NFL, 49ers minus 3 at the Saints. I guess you could say you're getting the 49ers on sale against the Saints minus 3. All right, let's go to Chris the Bear Felica, champ in this contest in 2022, the inaugural season. The Bear in Chicago this weekend, feasting at Portillo's, getting ready for the big noon kickoff show before the Oregon Northwestern game. The Bear 4-3 in the first week. Best bet, week number 2 for the Bear is Delaware plus 9 against UConn. Delaware plus 9, best bet for the Bear. Also, Memphis minus 4 at Troy. South Florida, Miami under 55.5. Western Michigan plus 27.5 at Illinois. And the Fighting Illini take on Indiana next week. The Hoosiers beat Indiana State 73-0 tonight. Louisiana plus 27 at Missouri. And 2 NFL plays for the Bear. Broncos minus 1 at Indianapolis. And 49ers minus 3 against the Saints. So again, Betty Curtis and the Bear all on the 49ers minus 3. Let's go to Kenny White, longtime Las Vegas odds maker, pro bettor. Kenny 4-3 in week number 1. Best bet for Kenny White, Southern Miss plus 3.5 at Appalachian State. Kenny's got 7 college plays, which is no surprise. He's also got Georgia, Tennessee under 50. UConn, Delaware over 53. Old Dominion, Virginia Tech under 51. Arkansas State plus 21 at Iowa State. Actually, Arkansas State, the home dog there, hosting the Cyclones. How about that? Arkansas State plus 21. Duke plus 2.5 at Tulane. Darian Mensah, former Green Wave quarterback, comes back to New Orleans with the Duke Blue Devils. How ironic is that? Duke plus 2.5 against Tulane, and LSU minus 7 against Florida for Kenny White. And Kenny White's daughter, Alex White, sports media personality, and how about second place finisher in this contest a year ago? Alex White 3-4 last week, 3.5 points. She did have a best bet winner. Alex White's best bet this week, South Alabama, Auburn, over 53.5. Also on the card for Alex White. Again, 7 college plays for her. You can follow her at Alex White with 2 E's on the end. In addition to South Alabama, Auburn over as her best bet, she's got Southern Miss plus 3 at Appalachian State, West Virginia plus 7.5 against Pitt, Clemson minus 3 at Georgia Tech, Texas A&M plus 6.5 at Notre Dame, Cal plus 2.5 against Minnesota on Saturday night in Berkeley, and another college total for Alex White, that's Middle Tennessee, Nevada over 50.5. All right, how about Chris Massaro, pro bettor out of San Diego, originally from Boston, going to be here in Vegas next week, probably going to be in studio here week 3. He went 3-4 in the first week. He had the best bet record in this contest a year ago at 13-5. He did lose his best bet in week 1. This week, his best bet is Delaware plus 9 against Connecticut. That's actually a play we just talked about a moment ago. Massaro's best bet, Delaware plus 9. I believe that was the Bear. The Bear also had Delaware as a best bet. So great minds think alike there with Felica and Massaro on Delaware plus 9. Also for Chris, Bowling Green plus 5 against Liberty. Georgia, Tennessee under 50. Duke, Tulane over 52.5. And 3 in the NFL, Jets plus 6 home dog against the Bills. Titans plus 5.5 home dog against the Rams. And Seahawks, Steelers over the total of 40. Those are the plays for Chris Massaro. Let's get to the team of Edwin Meyer and Carl Sack of Killer Sports. Meyer lives in Ohio. Sack lives in Colorado. They're a team in this contest. They went 3-4 in the first week. Best bet for the Meyer-Sack combo is Falcons plus 3.5 at Minnesota. You can follow at killersports.com. That photo you see on the screen is Carl Sack. Falcons plus 3.5. Best bet. Texas Tech minus 23 against Oregon State. Iowa State minus 21 at Arkansas State. Oregon at Northwestern under 49, and now 3 in the NFL for Edwin Meyer and Carl Sack. That's Bears-Lions under 46.5. Raiders plus 3.5 against the Chargers, and Jaguars plus 3.5 at Cincinnati. All right, I believe we've got only 2 contestants left to announce here. So far, we've gone through 23 of the 25, and we're not necessarily saving the best for last or in any particular order, but I know Chris Zanook and Jason Jarvis are 2 very sharp NFL handicappers who are looking to bounce back off 2-5 weeks. Derek Stevens actually requested Jason Jarvis to be back in this contest a year ago, so he's been the most consistent handicapper in the Circa Million with 2 top 10 finishes so far. Chris Zanook has won several handicapping contests in Vegas over the years, and both those cappers, Zanook and Jarvis, 2-5 in the first week, but a long way to go here. At Las Vegas, Chris, Las Vegas pro bettor, he's got Patriots plus 2.5 at Miami as his best bet. That surprised me a little bit. Not that the Patriots were on the card, but that's his best bet this week is New England catching 2.5. He's also got Jets plus 6, Browns plus 12, Bucks Texans over 42, Falcons, Vikings under 44.5. Bills, Jets under 47. And Jaguars, Bengals under 49. So a lot of unders so far in the NFL season and 3 unders on Chris Zanook's card this week. In total, 4 NFL totals and 3 NFL sides. He didn't jump into college football this week, and neither did Jason Jarvis, who is an NFL handicapping specialist. Jarvis at JJarv NFL Bets, if you want to follow him. Best bet for him, Falcons plus 3.5 at Vikings. And I mentioned one of the most popular plays in the contest this week is the Falcons catching points at Minnesota on Sunday night. Jason Jarvis, a professional gambler from Connecticut, 4th place finisher in the Circa Million, and also a 10th place finish in that contest. Jarvis, best bet, Falcons. Also on the card, Colts plus 1, Dolphins minus 2.5, Jaguars plus 3.5, Eagles pick, Jets plus 6, and Giants plus 5.5 at Dallas. If we have time here, let's take a look at the high stakes graphic. That is the best bets from all 25 contestants. presented by Omaha Steaks. Again, go to omahasteaks.com/vsin. You can see all the best bets there on the screen, starting with Betty Curtis, Buffalo, Kent State over, all the way down at a couple of common plays, including Chris Felica and Chris Massero with Delaware +9 against Connecticut. How about Randy McKay, Broncos +12 at Baltimore? Jim Feist's best bet this week, Jets +6 against the Bills. Let's look at page 2. Pimlico Frank Caruli's got the Cal Bears +2.5 against Minnesota as his best bet on Saturday night. And all 25 handicappers listed there. By the way, if you're a VSiN Pro subscriber, you get all the plays from all the contestants in your email box right after the end of this show. So sign up now at vsin.com. All right, that wraps up the show for tonight. Great guest list. Steve Fezzik, Paul Bovey, Jeff Petch, Matt St. Marie, Derek Stevens, and Mike North. Appreciate all the guests on the show tonight. And we'll have a loaded show for you again next Friday night. After this show, stay tuned. The Sports Gambling Podcast guys do a great show. Sean Green and Ryan Kramer. And tune in tomorrow morning. Tiny Tim Murray hosts the VSiN College Football Tailgate Show at 9 a.m. Eastern, followed by Live Bet Saturday at noon, all right here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only...
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Is that a faucet running?
That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
If I could be you.
And you could be me?
For just 1 hour.
If you could find a way.
To get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
It's time to kick back and listen to the sports page with your host, Pat Lucia, right here on Western Reserve Radio. You can call the show at 330-707-4202 and tell everyone what's on your mind in the wonderful world of sports. Now, here's your host, Pat Lucia.
Saturday morning sports page. Pat Lucia, Dave Clark. 330-707-4202. Get in, talk sports. We do it every Saturday morning here on Western Reserve Radio. Dave Clark.
Yep.
I want to tell you this right off the top. September 9th, 1972.
Mm-hmm.
The number 6 song on the American Top 40. Casey Kasem.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take a guess?
I couldn't think what it could be. 72.
1972. A song that we really relate to.
And I probably... was it War again?
No, was it War?
No, I'm thinking...
But it was maybe the second favorite group.
Yeah,
I kind of think they were kind of one of my faves.
Yeah. I'm sure I know this is something I was listening to all the time, though.
You know this song.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because we do sing this song. You played this song on this radio show right when they're firing the coaches.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The Backstabbers by the OJs. I heard that this morning, and I was rolling, man. I said, that's the ultimate. That's our song.
Yep.
The Backstabbers. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The Backstabbers, the OJs. They were out of Akron, Canton back in the day.
Yeah.
They're Ohio.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Casey said the OJ's out of Ohio.
Yep. It's so many groups. If you go back to find out they were here.
Yeah. And people don't realize that. And the OJs had some great songs in the 70s.
It's just unbelievable.
Love Train.
Oh, yeah. OJs was great.
OJs were just great.
Yep.
I always remember them in high school.
Yep.
And I was just like, man, I had that album. I went out and bought the album with the Backstabbers on it and the others. Oh, God.
Yep.
That was such a great album. And they were like a great group. I thought, I know maybe people who weren't. No. If you grew up in the 70s, you're in high school or in maybe middle school and you played the radio.
Yeah. You hear that in the morning, going to school sometimes. It's something that would stick in your head.
Yes, it would. And that would. That's the kind of song, like I'll be thinking of that song all weekend now.
Yep.
And then, what's his name? He was number 3, Al Green, Still in Love with You. 72 this was really a good countdown. Alone Again Naturally was number 1 by Gilbert O'Sullivan. And Brandy, You're a Fine Girl by Looking Glass, who I didn't realize was like a club band in Rutgers. And they hit the charts with Brandy, You're a Fine Girl.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That was number 5.
And people used to mistake them, I forgot for what group, but they used to think that was somebody. And that song, I heard that this past week. I don't know what station I was clicking and turning, and it was on. Brandy, you're a fine girl.
You're a fine girl.
Yep.
What a good wife you will be.
Yep. And I'm listening to it, and I forgot who they said. People used to mistake them for somebody, a group. I forgot what it was, but they did. I never knew they were out of.
Yeah, they said. I didn't know that till now. Like today, like Casey said, like a club band out of Rutgers,
Unbelievable.
New Jersey. I didn't realize,
Yeah.
they were. I got to look it up on the Wick page, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like so cool. And they were just like, they hit the charts with this song and it just basically took off.
I seen a documentary earlier this week, James Brown.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know about him, where was his favorite place to go when he was traveling from east to west, north to south? Youngstown, Ohio. It was a place that he would go and eat, and they took care of him, and it was a tailor. They talked about that was in downtown Youngstown. They used to tailor-make his clothes. And I used to think back, I remember Clive Brothers, I remember all these people that were downtown. I'm wondering, it had to be one of those. It was like 3 different tailors. I remember that downtown where you can go and you get your suits made. This was his favorite stop.
Was his favorite.
Because it was a place that he used to go eat. And it was, they said on Belmont Avenue. And it was the lower part of Belmont Avenue. So I remember all those little places, Charlie Staples, which was still was there, and it was Garland's Barbecue. There was a couple soul places, and I was wondering, I wonder if this guy used to go there. And it just, just tripped me out to how many people used to come here. Temptations, all kind of different people. And David Ruffin was from somewhere, stayed somewhere in this area before.
Yeah,
so
Temptations.
He was unbelievable.
Ruffin was the Temptations, I believe.
Yeah, he's the Temptation.
Yeah,
so it just see how many groups came.
He was from Philadelphia.
Town. That's where he's originally from. Yeah,
he was born in West Philadelphia. Yeah, he was. No, actually, I take that back. He died in West Philadelphia. He was from Mississippi.
Mississippi, okay.
Why not Mississippi? He was born in 1941. Sadly, he died in 1991 he was young, age 50. But I know he had dealt with addiction and had problems there, sadly. But he was so talented. Yeah. And he basically, the Temptations, he basically pretty much he was behind, I believe, the Temptations. That group was unbelievable. They and the Four Tops were, he and Eddie Kendricks. Mm-hmm. And then I remember Eddie Kendricks went solo when I was in high school. There was a few songs he did. They were really good. I mean, you go back in time and you see.
Well, you ever watch that movie, The Temptations? You see where they split up. Eddie Kendrick did go single, but they had 2 Temptations, 2 forms of the Temptation. And Eddie Kendrick and David Ruffin and some other guys were on the other side. You had like Melvin. The bass singer.
Harold Melvin and the Blue.
No, Melvin was the bass singer.
Oh, he was
Temptation.
Okay.
And I can't think of the lead singer. I can't think of his name, but Dennis Edwards. All of them was on the other side, and it was 2 Temptation groups at one time. So if you ever look it up, Wikipedia or anything, you'll see there was 2 Temptations at the same time, and then they finally got their differences together.
And they got together.
And did a tour.
Yeah, that's right.
With the entire group.
Right.
Together. Yep.
Yeah, I remember they talked about that.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Oh, that movie was great. I watched.
I bet it was.
and it still comes on all the time. If you watch VH1 or one of those stations like that, they bring that, especially at the holiday time. They always have the Temptations.
Oh, the
on.
Temptations.
And that is a very good movie. So it's a 2-parter. So it's like if you watch it one night, you gotta watch.
You gotta watch the other.
Yep.
Because it's like yeah,
it's 2-parter. Yep. It's very good though.
Oh man.
What they went through and all the different things. So.
Well, I think James Brown was the one that he was like poor. He was dirt poor.
Yep.
That's the thing. He was born in Barnwell, South Carolina, and from what I remember reading, he was just. These people don't realize how poor some of these musicians and some growing out in the South had literally. We talk about Moses Malone growing up with a dirt floor in the house, and how they wanted him to go to Maryland, and Utah Stars from the old ABA came around, and people were like, "Why can he? He's not going to go to college. It's travesty, and he's going with the ABA." And it was like, no, you don't understand. Like this man is basically dirt poor, and they're offering him buku money back then.
Yeah.
And of course, he took the money and went to the ABA and had an unbelievable, great career.
Yeah.
And surprised everybody how good he was right away in the ABA. Like Moses Malone was like, people don't realize how great a player he was at the age of 19 to go into the ABA and be a star and be a force at the tender age of 19. People were stunned how good this guy really was.
Right.
And I still remember him on Sports Illustrated cover with the car.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, how did he get this car? He was going to go to Maryland.
Yeah.
And then he was all allegedly set to go there. And then, obviously, thank God the ABA came and offered he would have just had to get all the money underneath the table.
Yeah.
Was all he would have had to do back then.
Yeah.
But instead he got it, he went to ABA, Utah Stars, and had one of the Hall of Fame, one of the greatest careers in basketball, and a great player, very underrated. You don't get, you talk Chamberlain and Russell, and you talk about those great players, and then there's the guys like Nate Thurman, Moses Malone, are really good, but they just don't seem to get like all the props that, granted, Russell and Chamberlain were great. And I still watch these films on Chamberlain. And I remember as a kid watching him, he was still an unbelievable talent beyond, just how he played and ability to move. But getting back, like Malone was so good coming back, and James Brown getting back a little bit to where we were. But I was reading this for how he got started, and I think he was like I think he was the one that camped out in front to the radio station and had them play his song. He was a kid or something. I got to look it up. I have to read something more about James Brown, but I just remember seeing the story about how like he had he's poor, really dirt poor. These poor kids growing up. And then he obviously, became a star. He was only 5'6".
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like he was short. I didn't realize he was that short. He was 5'6".
And that's why what's called was such his idol. And when you think about it, Prince, they say because the stature was
comparable.
Yep.
Yeah.
They both was real short.
They were short and very talented.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
And like I said, it's just when I hear these old songs, the OJs, the Backstabbers, and then I think of all the other great hits that they had that followed that, and I heard it this morning. I said, we got to talk about this, the Backstabbers. But moving a little bit forward to this day and age, looking at the football, the Thursday night game. I was on the fence with that. I was going to go Washington.
Yeah.
But I said...
Yeah, I went back and forth.
Yeah,
I started to just take the home team. I said, well, I'll take the visiting team.
You took I took Green Bay just because how Green Bay handled Detroit so easily. And I took Detroit. So did you. You did good. I did terrible. I was what, 5-11. You were 8-8. It was a tough week.
Yeah.
I was, like I said, I was 5-11 last week. Not a good week at all. But that Thursday night game, I went with Green Bay. I figured, well, they're home. Mm-hmm. And that was the decider. Those Thursday night games, and Green Bay played so good against Detroit, I figured I'll take them at home, and then we'll get to the Giants. But the bottom line is, Micah Parsons may be the difference. Them getting into a Super Bowl. I mean, he is just a demon possessed going after the quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they had a good defense, but man, Micah Parsons puts them on it. And then Jordan Love played good. I thought he had a good game.
Oh, he did.
Solid. He was hitting the tight end. He was read. I thought he read the receivers.
Oh, yeah, he did a great job.
I thought he played really
like that.
good
It's
game.
going to be hard to beat them.
Yeah, they're going to be hard to beat.
Well, I look at the defense line overall. I mean, he definitely took them to another level. That's going to happen. But people got to look at people. I mean, Gary been playing good, but Van Ness, their number one draft, he was trying to figure out the NFL game, get back, and it seemed like it made a click now. And all three of them are rushing the passer along with Edgerrin Cooper. You kid, who are you going
to block?
If you double team somebody one-on-one, those guys are beating them.
Yeah,
they're coming. You got to get rid of the ball quick. And man, I'm telling you, that's going to be a problem for a lot of teams. That's going to be because that pass rush is unbelievable. That's what you want. That's what for years. I mean, that's why Cleveland tried to get different people, and they did when they got Zadarius Smith. If you remember that defense that year, a couple years ago, the Browns. Who are you blocking?
That's it.
Smith getting in. You don't want to double team. You're trying to double team Myles Garrett. Still can't do it.
You can't block him.
You had the interior. They were just and their defense still not bad because they played very good against the Bengals in a game they should have won.
If you got a field goal kicker, I'm sorry. I was.
Well, I'm shocked because that guy was good through college. I understood the Browns getting rid of Dustin Hoffman because even though he was good at one time, last year towards the end of the season, he missed field goal after field goal after field goal that they could have won. Then he went into preseason. He said, okay, this is a new season. He's got to win the job now. He was missing in preseason, short 30-something yarders. Like something was on his mind. Something was really hindering him. And they got rid of him. So I understood it. I give Kevin Stefanski the thing that don't react like most people do. Cut him. Don't cut him. He's a rookie. Give him another chance. Give him an opportunity to get this thing. That's the first game of the season. You can't cut him after one game.
No, I guess you can.
No, you can't. You got to give him an opportunity. I mean, those things happen. But going into the season, it's like San Fran. They gave Moody, Shanahan said he gave him a lot of chances.
They finally cut him.
Yeah, but it's after a couple years. He's been there 3 years.
He's been there 3 years.
But he's still missing at opportune times, unopportune time. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing you can do.
That's just brutal.
You have to, yeah.
That's an absolute brutal loss for Cleveland because, that's the kind of game you don't play good, but the Bengals didn't play good. The Bengals didn't play good the second half and still won.
But I still think why didn't they play good on offense? The Browns defense.
The Browns, Myles Garrett is in Burrow's head. I'm convinced. I think that Cleveland defense is in his head. Of all the teams he plays, the team he struggles with is Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I think he won't say this, but Myles Garrett and that Cleveland defense is in Joe Burrow's head. And they do. And because they don't play good, Cincinnati doesn't play good with Cleveland. It doesn't matter what the record is.
Yeah.
It's that defense is again, it's kind of like the guy that can't make the putt. It's like he's thinking Burrow sees Myles Garrett in his dreams and waking up going, oh my God, I think that guy's coming after me.
Well, I mean, I even hear Jamar Chase say all season, the main cornerback that he has problems
Is Denzel.
with. Yep, he said
Denzel
he
Ward
just has problems. He gives them problems all the time, and true enough, he was not a factor in that game at all. Couldn't find him open, and that's somebody that Joe wants to go to. Can't find him open.
Can't find him. And then he's got Myles Garrett breathing down his neck, blowing through the line.
Yeah, they even tried to double team him. He's still getting in there.
Bengals have a questionable offensive line, and you got a guy like Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
That's not good combination if you're a Bengal fan.
Yeah.
Because you got this guy, Myles Garrett, blowing off the edge, coming at you. You could put 2-3 guys on him, he's still getting. And then you got the other guys to worry about because you can't triple team Myles Garrett, but you got to do something with him. You just don't know what to do at all. But that was a game. The Cleveland, if you got the kicker that makes the extra point and a 4-yard field goal that he shanked, I was livid.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not even a Cleveland Brown fan, and I'm like going. I just was going crazy.
It make you feel that way, not but you give him a lifeline. One game at the beginning of the season, but you come in this week, and it doesn't even have to be a factor to the game. If you're missing 30-something yarders and all the stuff that you never did in college, and you just miss them, and then this pressure is getting to you, then you're just not ready yet.
Nope.
So you have to get rid of them. Then.
You got him. Well,
but I hopefully he'll shore up things just like Dustin Hoffman did at one time. But I don't know what was going on with him from the end of the season to the preseason, just missing and hitting the uprights and you figure Dustin. People don't understand. A couple years before that, Dustin Hoffman was the Pro Bowl kicker. He was the guy, the number one kicker. 2 years ago, when they had that good defense, he was kicking great. He actually took somebody else's job. Yeah, remember the kicker that the Browns drafted?
Oh yeah,
might have been from LSU. I forgot where he's from, but they drafted a kicker, and he was with the big leg and everything, and Dustin Hoffman beat him out, and they got rid of the rookie because he was missing, and Dustin Hoffman took that job, and that was it. He was off and running, went to the Pro Bowl and everything. It was just like somebody that gets, hey, well, I done made it, and then you think you're there, you done arrived. You got to keep working on your craft because, man, he missing badly.
It's just, I guess the thing when you break it down that drives you a little crazy is, Cade.
Yep, there it is.
Cade York.
Cade York. Remember that?
In 2002, they took him with the
2022, right?
2022. He was a 4th-round pick, 124th overall pick in the draft.
Yep.
Cade York.
And that dude was in college. Yes, he was. He was hitting it from everywhere. I don't care how long it was. And he got in there and struggled. Hopkins took that and ran with it, and just seemed like he might have got comfortable and just missing everything. So he's gone. Smite gonna have to get his stuff together and go from there and see what happens from there. Yeah, I remember a Baltimore kicker. He's not with them now because of other reasons. But if we remember the great kicker that they had, I remember him coming in the league at first too and missing.
Tucker.
Tucker missing, and it's like this guy got a great leg, but he missed. But Baltimore stuck with him, and then he was one of the best kickers ever. So you gotta give him an opportunity.
Yeah,
and the Browns tried to give Cade York, but he was just horrifying. And I couldn't believe Shanahan really gave Moody all the chances.
He did.
I think he played 3 years.
Yeah, he did.
This was his 3rd year.
They drafted him. I believe he was high pick.
Yeah, they drafted him. And he
tried
to
Michigan.
Yeah,
and they finally they couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, and he was a very good kicker at Michigan, and then
he
came in the league.
He was just never good in the NFL.
Yeah, always was shank stuff and all that.
I saw him miss more clutch field goals from 38, 40 yards, push left, push right, whatever.
Only thing I don't like that they do in college, I gotta watch it real closely now. They used to have a not a tee, but it's a thing for when you're doing field goals. It's like a block that they put out there, and they can put the ball on it.
Right.
In college,
Right.
Pros is right off the ground.
Right off the ground.
So it's a big difference in how you hit the ball and where you hit the ball. But I don't know if college has changed it yet. I think it's still like that. And that's why sometimes I believe they need to go to the same way it is in the pros, because that's a big adjustment. They think that's not, but it is. The ball is already lifted off the ground for you. So you hit it at a different angle than you would when you get in the NFL. And when you're used to swinging that leg a certain way, and then you got to adjust to that.
Yeah,
sometimes it's an adjustment to get to where you need to be. So, but hey, that's what happened. Keep on working on their craft, though. They can get right back in there. Somebody always needs to kick her down the road.
Speaking about other football games last weekend, the one on Sunday night between Buffalo and the Baltimore Ravens, the Bills and the Ravens, I know some of the fans left into the fourth quarter and there were certain people very critical of that, the fans leaving, thinking that Buffalo had no shot because they had no defense against Lamar Jackson.
They didn't.
And they did not.
And did you like how Baltimore went to Mr. Conservative? Why do we do that?
I don't.
Let Lamar just go nuts.
Yes. Yes.
Why do you stop putting the hammer down?
Right. Why do you, and then that fourth down, why did you kick? Why did you punt? You should have 4th and 3. You don't punt. Go for it.
Yeah.
Because could be you get it, the game's over.
Right.
You punt the ball away. You knew Josh Allen was going to come down and do exactly what he did. I mean, you could almost see the script.
Yeah. And somebody said that. What you just said, they said it almost looked like a script.
Yes.
And see, that's what give people those ideas. Is it fixed? No, I mean, they don't want them to score, but you haven't been stopped. Nobody's stopping anybody.
No.
And a few stops that you did get, that was the difference, because they couldn't stop you.
No.
You didn't stop them most of the night, but the couple that you did put that distance between each two. And that's why you had a nice lead. And then you're going to all of a sudden get conservative.
Yeah,
well, that's what you get. You sit back on your laurels, and then you get bum rushed at the end.
It kind of handed it to them.
Yeah, and then what you did, then that stuff gets in your head.
Right.
And if you got to play them again in the playoffs, can we beat this team?
Yeah.
You had them dead to rights.
You clearly outplayed them.
Yeah.
You were blowing them away. I was watching that game, and I thought to myself, Buffalo's defense, they look like a 9th grade junior high defense trying to even remotely stop Lamar Jackson
and Derrick Henry.
I
mean, it was a nightmare.
I mean, it was an absolute nightmare. Lamar Jackson, when he ran back 30 yards and they were scrambling, and then he came and he ran all the way down. He must have run like 80 yards on the play.
Yeah.
He's just dynamite. He's just a great player. He played great. And like you said, it's 4th and 3. Go to Lamar Jackson. Make it happen.
Yeah.
It's like
run pass option.
Whatever you do here, Lamar, it's 4th and 3. You figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you'll either run it, you'll throw it, you'll do it. But Lamar Jackson would have probably ran for a touchdown. 4th and 3. I could see him, faking this, doing that, and all of a sudden he's down the field. Everybody's watching him as they go by.
Yeah.
I would have just said 4th, and then if we don't make it, then fine. Buffalo can score, but we'll at least have time to get the ball back.
Right.
And we could potentially go down and win the game.
Yep.
Because Lamar Jackson, you give him the ball with a minute and a half left,
Yep.
I mean, I'm so confident that he's going to do whatever he's going to do to make it happen.
Yep.
Because he's just like he's an unbelievable talent.
Yeah.
And
even when he makes a mistake or in a game and they lose it because of that, I still never get upset with him, because that's the guy that should have it in his hands.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. I mean, he just makes the engine go.
Right.
And
right. He's the guy that's driving the boat. He's driving it. He's going to make it happen, no matter how you do it. Lamar Jackson should have the ball in the hands and just say, "That's it."
Right. Yeah. They just.
And I can't. Harbaugh just kind of outthought again the game. A game they should have won.
Yeah, they should have won. Yep.
Saturday morning sports page. A lot to get to today. Pat Lucia, Dave Clark, Western Reserve Radio, back after a quick timeout.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for years he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship. So why do they play?
My reason why is friendship.
Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Saturday morning sports page, Pat Lucia, Dave Clark. We're talking a little bit about MVP awards, and I don't pay any attention to MVP awards because I really think that, like, Josh Allen won it last year. You made an argument. You could say Saquon Barkley deserved to win the award. So did Lamar Jackson, should have won the award.
Joe Burrow.
Maybe could have won the award.
Team was right, but his individual play?
His individual play was through the roof. Burrow's numbers last year, if you look at them, I could pull them up, were totally MVP numbers. I mean, you get into these discussions, who's MVP, flip a coin. And it's almost an eyelash difference between a Lamar Jackson, a Joe Burrow, a Josh Allen, and a Saquon Barkley. Right. You could make an argument. You could have said there's a 4-way tie for MVP and given each one the MVP award. I would have been fine with that.
Yeah. The thing about it, what gives Josh and Lamar that added fuel to win it also is because of their dual threat.
Yes.
I mean, Lamar threw 41 touchdowns with 4 interceptions last year, but he almost rushed for 1,000 yards. Yeah. I think it was 900 something. And you get a quarterback that's doing all that, you know. I think Josh only threw maybe 29 touchdowns or something like that, but big plays and big moments, drives and stuff, he was there. So, you know, anyway, that's why I told someone, we was talking at the game last night, and I said, yeah, Josh won it. I said, but I look at that just like I look at the Hall of Fame. If you're not friends with the media or the nice guy with the media, they're not a part of the pick of MVP or going to the Hall of Fame, and they keep guys out because they don't like them.
They don't like them.
All I got to do is look and tell you. I could tell who's a great player.
Joe Burrow's numbers he almost passed for 5,000 yards last year, 4,918 yards, 43 touchdowns, only had 9 interceptions.
Right.
Passing rating 108, completion percentage for 70%. I mean, okay, that's an MVP season. If I pull up Allen's Josh Allen and Lamar's numbers, they're MVP numbers.
Yeah.
Getting back to Hall of Fame, and I know this is baseball, but I'll be honest with you. Albert Bell belongs in the Hall of Fame. We'll never get into the Hall of Fame because the writers always disliked him because he was surly. He wouldn't talk to them. I get all that, but he was a great player. You need to put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But they'll never put him in. But he belongs in the Hall of Fame. His numbers are through. If you look at his numbers, there's the black type is through. His pep is like he's got so much black type, as they refer to in the numbers. It's like, oh my gosh, this guy was leading category, and he was an unbelievable hitter, great player. He's never going to get near a Hall of Fame. I don't even think he even got 20% of the votes because writers just tested him because he did an interview, and he's a surly guy. I get all that.
Yeah.
But,
and see, that's what they don't.
He did all, but they put a guy.
Why is he surly? You don't know what might have happened within life, how people might have treated him,
right?
Anything, and now he just don't talk to anyone because they treated him badly. I'm not making excuses for him, but I'm just saying you just don't know what goes on in people's life, why they're quiet, don't have much to say. I look at a guy like Marshawn Lynch. Now you see him on all kind of commercials. He's doing all kind of things with the media. But remember at one time, he said, I'll show up for this so I don't get fined. He done said it.
No, he was the one that he would talk to the press, but always gave the same answer.
Yeah, over and over. Just get the same answer. Now, you get tired of talking to me because he didn't really want to talk to me. Because at one time, when he came as a rookie at Buffalo, there was a lot of negative stuff said about him and this and that. And he said, I'm not talking to the press.
No, he wouldn't talk.
And he wouldn't talk to nobody. So they talk about him. And then when he doesn't want to talk to him and he's doing all these great things on the field, now he's the problem. But you the guys that put out all kind of things about him and then didn't have to retract it because it wasn't true, this and that.
No, well,
that's okay, though.
Yeah, that's the other whole thing. Sadly, you got to look at what's said is a lot of it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
And people say certain things only to regret because they sent something out that was totally not true. And that's what happens you see all the time.
Right.
Lamar Jackson's numbers last year, since we're kind of talking about this, he was 4,100. He had almost 4,200 yards in passing, 41 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, and he rushed, as you were right, Dave, 915 yards, 4 touchdowns rushing. His total yards was over 5,000. So
that's insane.
Okay, again, want to get into these discussions about MVP? Well,
now if he would have got the other 85 yards and would have had 1,000 yards rushing and over 4,000
throwing. Right.
Come on. He's hard pressed to even get that again. And it ended up him not being an MVP. So
yeah, again, that's why I don't really pay a lot of attention to the MVP awards because I really think that if you're going to start handing out that award when you have that competition between Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar, Jackson, and you even throw Saquon Barkley, and you should have given them all the award. 4-way tie, give each the MVP, and call it a day. I don't know. Or just say best player, call it whatever the hell you want, and then give it to you could make an argument. Either one of those 4 deserve to have the award.
Right.
So I give it to all of them. But they're never going to do that. So, but again, that's why, I always look at the MVP award, and they also getting like Michael Jordan should have won the MVP award pretty much every year he was in the NBA. But he doesn't have that many MVPs. But everybody knows Jordan was the best player in the league. Why didn't he get the MVP every year, especially when they were winning title after title after title? He was basically behind it. But, they always gave it to other players because they don't want to give it to the same guy every year. Mm-hmm. And that to me is funny because it's like it shouldn't be that kind of an award. You should give it to the best player in the league.
Yeah.
No matter if you got to give it to him every year, so be it.
Yeah.
But they don't do that, and I kind of get the reason why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not right because if you really look if you really break it down, you have a guy like Jordan who was the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan has 5 times won the MVP.
Yep.
For some reason, he didn't win it in 97. 88, 91, 92, 96, and 98. But they won a title in 97, but they didn't give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, okay.
Is that the year? Did they give it to Barkley?
Maybe it was Barkley.
And they played Phoenix in the finals?
Oh, no, they didn't play Phoenix in 97.
Okay.
I know that. They played Malone. They played Utah in 97 and beat them.
Yeah,
and they beat them in 97 and 98. Yeah, Karl Malone.
Yeah, I don't know who was the MVP back then.
MVP in 1997 was Karl Malone. They gave it to Malone in 97.
So, okay.
Which, okay. I mean, he might have had a great... Maybe they just didn't want to give it to Jordan another year, so they gave it to Karl. And Malone's a great player, too.
Yeah.
I get it, but we know who was really the MVP.
Right. And who stole the ball off of Malone in the same
in that
series. Remember that?
Yeah.
That last game he stole.
That 98.
He was trying to post up. And
Yep.
He took it from him.
And they knew he was getting it. Oh, man, great. Anyway, other games out. I think the Giants are done already. It's only one game.
No.
The New York Giants, that offensive line looks terrible. Andrew Thomas is doubtful for this week. They're already talking about doing Jackson Dart.
Well, I think that's what they wanted to do.
But
anyway,
here's my take, is if they don't get the offensive line figured out, don't play Jackson Dart. If the offensive line is not doing well, don't put Jackson Dart in.
Right.
Because what you're going to see is a player getting rushed, hassled, and he's going to throw interceptions. He's going to get nervous. I mean, he's going to be, he's going to get sacked. He's going to get hurried. And I see disaster on this. And it's like, I watched the Monday night game. I thought, wow, the Bears look good. And J.J. McCarthy looked not good in the first half. But he had really a good fourth quarter, and they won that game. And Caleb Williams is still a work in progress. Like, you could see he's got, he shows flashes of brilliance, but then he plays choppy, like he's moving around. They're out of sync. And it seems like they're not in sync. He's not in sync with the players. He does throw the ball, has a tendency to air it high. He maybe holds it a little longer. So he's a work in progress, but you see the talent, and you see that, this guy has potential. But then I watched, now Jordan Love, though, Jordan Love's a different situation because he had 3 years under Rodgers, and he took a year to get better. He had a rough year there, but he's starting to really come into play.
Yeah.
He's starting to play good.
Yeah.
And I just think that Caleb Williams, before people start telling him he's not any good, he's only got, this is his first game under the new coach.
Right.
Give him some time. Get the system down. Learn the system. Learn the offensive scheme. And get used to the players and everything, because there are flashes of brilliance there.
Yeah.
But then...
Don't panic.
He doesn't... There's sometimes he gets, like, where he's holding the ball, he's moving around too much, and he needs to kind of settle down a little bit. But I think a lot of that is because of last year. He was running for his life. And you can weigh in on this. I think what happens sometimes is they develop. I see like Daniel Jones. Look at Daniel Jones, played great with the Colts. Maybe because he has a good team around him now. Like Saquon Barkley got traded to the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
He had a great team around him. Look what he did. Daniel Jones is with the Colts. He had a great week against the Dolphins. I don't know how you weigh that in.
Yeah, but I just think they protected him good.
But they protected him good.
They ran the ball decent enough, and I think he would have, even if he stayed in Minnesota. But I understood with the young quarterback in there, he might not
Yeah,
get a chance.
he
So
wants-
he got to
right.
go somewhere he can start.
Right, he wants
have
to play.
opportunity. So it was a good choice to go there because they do have some things around there. Not like they're bone dry. They got some talent around there, and you can see that he started to play pretty good. And you've seen flashes of him play good though in New York. I mean, that's how they got to that
Well, they
playoff.
got to the playoff, and he beat the Vikings in the playoff.
Yep. Was that or Detroit?
Vikings. They
Okay.
beat the Vikings in the playoffs that game.
Okay.
And they got beat by the Eagles, but they beat the Vikings in the playoffs, and then they lost again to the Eagles. But the point is, with Jones, and you see it with Barkley, and someone brought this up. There were, a couple people ranting and raving that it's not the player, it's the system or the team.
Yeah.
And look at Daniel Jones. He goes to the Colts.
Yeah.
He played really great. If he continues to play this way, he's going to be the guy. He's going to get the. I mean, Richardson may not see the field if Daniel Jones
if he stays
plays
like that. You got to keep him.
You got to keep him in, even winning your games and playing that good.
Yeah, you got to.
You got to keep him in.
Yeah.
Let Richardson wait another year and continue to develop. But the point is, then I guess ultimately, depending on how good he plays with the Colts moving forward, if he gets them into the playoffs, and actually, and they're in a weak division, so there's a potential there.
If he does that, and then they play well in the playoffs, they might say, "Hey, you can stay here, Richardson, but you might have to be the backup."
Maybe the backup to Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
they're going to have to give because Daniel Jones is on a 1-year deal.
Right.
So after this, he can go anywhere he wants. Well,
Yeah,
they
I
might
know
have to pony up the money and give Jones. If Jones plays, it's good. He gets them into the playoffs, and they say they win a game because I think the Colts are a solid team, top to bottom. And again, you've got a better. They're obviously better than the Giants. To me, it's if Jones does good, they may be faced with a decision, a good decision. That's a good decision to have.
Yeah, and if they feel that through OTAs and other things, their off-season workouts, you see that button, as they say, flash on for Richardson, then you can do almost like the Vikings did. They let Darnold go. You can let Daniel Jones go somewhere else and see if he can get a starting position. But until you see that, you got to hold on to him. You got to hold on.
If Daniel Jones plays this, and again, one game, not overreact, but if Jones starts to play very good this season and they win games and they can win that division, which I think is a winnable division.
But they still let him go if they think Richardson is there. And the reason
That's
for
going to
that,
have to be...
am I going to pay all this money for this quarterback that showed me something for a year? Or am I going to go with the guy that's on a rookie contract that's going to save us a whole lot of money and also allow us to add other things to it? If I feel that light goes on,
unless Jones goes to the Colts like Baker Mayfield went to the Buccaneers, I'll take a contract, but I'll take a team-friendly contract.
Yeah, it got to be real friendly though, because I know
it
teams
depends how good he is. That's going to be the question.
Because you look how good Sam Darnold was, very very good,
and they let him go.
You can let him go.
Well, they had the young guy JJ.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the same thing with Richardson. If you feel that light went on, you have to. Because you say you can strengthen your team. Can't be just a quarterback on a 1 year that did a great thing, and then now all of a sudden he'll flop the next time. Now you spent all that money. You done lost the rookie. You're done. Yeah. And now you back to square one again a few years down the road.
Because I think they're going to have Richardson's are going to be getting. Don't they have to pick up his 5th-year option next year?
I don't know if that's 5 years for him. Yeah, I don't know what year he's in.
I got to look it up.
I'm not sure about Richardson. What's his year?
We'll look this up because
now if he's in that, then that's a different story. So you can do that. You can do just like the Browns wanted to do with Baker. He's in the 5th year. You can do that kind of stuff, but if he's got a couple years left on rookie contract, you got to think about it then. It's a big decision then. This is a little easier if he's in his 5th year next year. Yeah.
Well, no, it looks like the 5th-year option is 2027.
Oh, yeah, so he got a couple seasons. That's what I'm saying.
So we're 2025. So he's got
his 3rd years, right? That's his 3rd year.
He has a 4-year fully guaranteed contract, rookie contract worth $34 million. He signed in 2023. His contract included a large signing bonus and a 5th-year team option for 2027. So the 5th-year option is 2027. So they have to decide they're going to have to make that decision, I think, in 2026. Next year, do they want to pick that up or not?
Yeah.
Because that's
they can now, but he's not playing, so
No,
they're not going to do it.
But I think they've got to do next year. They have to decide on that option.
Yeah.
Do they want to pick it up or let it go?
Yeah, the deadline is next year.
The deadline then is next year. That'll be interesting to see what the Colts ultimately do with that.
Yeah.
If Daniel Jones continues to play this good,
yeah,
they're going to be like looking at the old, the fork in the road here. Which way do we go here?
Yeah.
If Jones plays really great, what do we do? Do we let him go out the door? Especially if he wins you a playoff game or two.
Yeah.
You really have a potential issue there with what do we do? And then, because if he does, Daniel Jones obviously is looking at it as if he does that great, there's going to be, there's going to be other teams.
Right.
And some team will have to give him some money to let him to go. And that's going to be the interesting part as we motor through this year with the Colts. If they play that good and win that division per se or get into the playoffs, I don't want to
how much Richardson works at his craft and really get there, because like I said, going back to Lamar at that time was a great athlete playing quarterback, and you've seen he could throw, but he wasn't that accurate all the time, doing a lot of things. He made big things happen with his legs, but then when it clicked, and he worked on that craft. That guy throws the ball very good, and he runs. He is a dynamic player, and who's to say that couldn't happen to Rich? But he has to put the time in. That's the thing. They said that Lamar put the time in, and you could tell. You could tell because it's like just a different guy. Yeah, he's a big time difference maker. So Richardson has that type of talent with that size and speed. And make any throw there is on the field. The ability is there. Is the work ethic there? That's the key.
Well, here's the thing, too, with Lamar Jackson, is his 2018 numbers were, for a rookie, okay. He only had 1,200 yards in passing.
Yeah. I don't think he started that whole year either. That was a rookie, right? Yeah, I don't think he did.
Here's where he took off. The following year, he threw for 3,127 yards. He had 36 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. The one year that he didn't play that good, I think he was hurt. Look it up, but 2021 wasn't a very good year for him. I mean, it was okay. He had 16 touchdowns and a career high of 13 interceptions. That one year you take out. But the other thing you see with him, with Lamar Jackson, he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions.
No.
I mean, he only has 49 career interceptions, and the one year he had double-digit was 2021. Every year after that is single-digit interceptions. And he's got double-digit touchdowns. But he's, again, just like I said last year, he should have maybe argue MVP. It was an MVP number. 4,172 yards and 41 interceptions and only 4 interceptions. 41 touchdowns, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, you break this stuff down, but Lamar Jackson had a rookie year okay, and you're right, I don't believe he played every game. I could look, but
I think
he
Flacco might have been still
just
there.
Took off in 19, the year after that, and just set these outrageously crazy. Even his rookie year, he still rushed for 695 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And in the year after that, he rushed for 1,200 yards. And the year after that, it was 1,005 yards. So, I mean, he's rushing
I didn't even realize he rushed for 1,000 yards twice.
7 touchdowns back-to-back, 2019 and 2020. That's what I mean. You throw his number.
And now that makes it even crazier because that's way back then.
Right.
And you think 4 years later, from 2020 in 2024, he gets 915 yards.
Yeah.
He's still running as he did way back then and picking up big yards. That's.
I mean, he had 70 yards running against Buffalo, averaging 11.7 yards a carry. So, I mean, again, I don't go back to that game, but that's where Harbaugh, I shake my head because it's 4th and 3. You go for it and tell Lamar, dude, make it happen. You don't have to, you're the guy, you're out there, you call the play, make it happen, Lamar.
Yeah.
And you know he would have, Lamar would have either faked and he would have run for that first down.
Yeah, I mean, you go with a run-pass option
Yeah,
and go for it.
And Lamar Jackson goes, he probably, with Buffalo been up by the line close, he breaks the line, he probably runs for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, if he breaks that line,
He's gone.
He's gone, yeah.
Lamar's going down the field. You're watching him in the rear view mirror, man. He's got you in his rear view mirrors. He's going down the field.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of that's what I don't understand with Baltimore. That coach, you find a way to blow that game. I know it's only one game, and I don't overreact. They have Cleveland this week. We'll get to looking at that game.
And it's a scenario just like last year. And they lost to Cleveland too.
Yeah. They lose games. You scratch your head.
Yep.
Baltimore loses some brutal games, and for the talent, and you have Lamar Jackson being what he is on the field, and sometimes I think that they outthink it.
It might, yeah.
I think that the head coach, I was a good coach. Harbaugh's a good coach. I just think sometimes John just overthinks this thing too much. When you've got a talent like Lamar Jackson, it's like that saying, it's so funny, but when Larry Bird coached the Indiana Pacers, and Reggie Miller played, and they asked Reggie one time, Reggie, you played for Larry Brown and you played for Larry Bird. What was the difference between the coaches? And Reggie Miller's so funny. He goes, let's put it to you this way. 5 seconds left. Larry Brown calls us into a huddle. He draws up this elaborate play. This, you do that, blah, blah, blah. You know, he's got the chalkboard, whatever he's doing, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So then we go out there. We get in the huddle. Bird calls the timeout. He looks at everybody in the huddle, and he says to the team, get the ball to Reggie and let's go home. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what to do. Get it to Reggie. He's going to shoot it, and then we all go home. He's going to make it, and that's it. That's what Larry Bird says.
Yeah.
No draw. He didn't draw anything up. Just called the guys over. Just said to him, looked at Reggie, looked at the guys, and say, just get the ball to Reggie, and we can all go home. Bingo. I'm not drawing anything up. You guys are pros. You figured this out.
Yeah.
And Reggie goes, that's how he told the story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it's like Lamar Jackson. Call a timeout and say, get the ball, Lamar, make it happen.
Yeah.
You've run for, you're running up and down the field.
Yeah.
Here, get the ball to Lamar. Let Lamar make it happen.
Yep. That's what I mean.
That's what I couldn't figure out. That's what I thought they were going to do. I was watching this game, and I'm thinking, okay, it's 4th and 3. Go for it. Lamar's going to make this happen. You punt.
Yeah, because I just thought they had too much for him. They didn't go to Andrews a lot, but you could have tried that again. But if you give him a run-pass option, he could run it.
Right.
And they could not stop Zay Flowers either.
No.
That was another guy that could not cover him.
No.
Could not cover him.
At all.
And I would have had options. He could throw it to Zay.
That's what I would have told Lamar.
He could do all kinds of things.
It's a run pass.
They got too many weapons to be
That's
punting.
it.
I'm serious. I might have go all the time because I got all these weapons.
Right. And let Lamar figure it out. Because he's running the offense. He's doing, just pull him and say, Lamar, run pass option, make it happen. Do what you think you need to do.
Yeah.
You either throw it to Zane Flowers, who could be wide open, or you can run it down the field probably 50 yards because they can't stop you or Zane Flowers.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching that game, and I go, why is Flowers getting open so? I mean, he was wide open.
Yeah, no.
Like, alone. Out there, like.
Yeah, they have problems with him.
So, but I mean, Buffalo's a good team, but one thing you watch that game, you see how flawed that offense is. I mean, defense. The offense is fine. I mean, but Buffalo's defense is highly questionable.
Yeah, yeah.
You gave up 40 points. You won, but you gave up 40 points. Mm-hmm. And you got lucky. You did kind of get lucky in that game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're doing cartwheels and everything, but they're gonna have to shore up some stuff.
Well, they have the Jets this week. The Jets played pretty good and lost, but Justin Fields had a pretty good game, I thought.
Yeah, he didn't do bad.
Not at all.
Rodgers dialed back the clock.
More to get to. Saturday morning sports page. Pat Lucia, Dave Clark.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia1 Network, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Saturday morning sports page. Pat Lucia, Dave Clark. 330-707-4202. We have a hockey game coming up here on Western Reserve Radio.
Yeah.
At 11:15. So.
Phantom.
Who is? I should know that.
Yeah. It's coming up.
Anyway. Dave Clark, the Cleveland getting to the game, I want to talk a little bit the Steeler-Jet game. And here's a comparison if you're a Jet Giant. The Jets lost, but the Jets looked really good.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the Jets. It's a game they could have won.
Mm-hmm.
They played well. Justin Fields played really good. I thought he had a good game.
Right.
And I was like saying, if you're a Jet fan, you see promise here because you see this team can compete. Rodgers has got a good team around him. He's got over that Achilles injury. You've talked about it.
A little bit better.
Moving better. He actually moved better second part of last season and had good numbers. The first part, again, the Achilles, because he was, 40 years old when he tore it, or 39, 40. But you could see now he's kind of getting back to the old Rodgers. He can still throw the ball.
Yeah, he definitely can still do that.
So if you're a Steeler fan, you got to be real happy because they think you got your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully nobody gets hurt. But, I mean, Rodgers is playing like kind of the old Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the team around him. He loves Pittsburgh. He loves Tomlin. He loves playing there. So Pittsburgh's got some hope. I think the Jets have some hope because I was impressed with Justin Fields. For all the negative things about he can't look the guy off, he doesn't do this right, he looked really good against the Steeler defense.
Mm-hmm.
They lost, but they've looked good. Now, the flip side of it, I watched the New York Giant game, and I got news for you, man. It's only one game, but they look bad. They didn't even compete against Washington. Russell Wilson, people are criticizing him because he looks spent. But no, he has nowhere to go with the ball. He's running for his life. It's like deja vu all over again. The quarterback's running for their life again.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson could never get comfortable. He always seemed out of sync. But the line, again, is supposed to be better, but they look bad. And Neighbors maybe is trying to get open. He maybe can't get open, or Russell Wilson can't get him the ball because he's running for his life.
Right. I think it's more of that than anything.
It's probably more of that than anything.
Yeah.
And I'm a Giant fan, and I just looked at this team is going to win 3 or 4 games, and Dable is going to be fired at the end of the season, and Shane will be gone, which I don't think is such a bad thing, because you can't have another 4-13 season and say, yeah, let's get Jackson Dart out there.
Yeah.
Now, maybe Jackson Dart, and then people crack me up. Well, after they lose to Buffalo next week, maybe they'll start Jackson Dart. I go, why? If the offensive line is still a train wreck, why are you going to put Jackson Dart in?
Yeah, and the Giants, they play Dallas this week,
They got
right?
Dallas this week, which they're not winning that game. They can't. Dallas is still a good team. I mean, I still think that was not a good move letting Micah Parsons go.
No.
Because now I see what you've done with Green Bay. You kind of handed them probably the argument they could be in the Super Bowl, because Micah could be the difference maker of them getting into the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now,
oh, yeah.
potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw that after the game Thursday night, all the Green Bay fans are chanting, "Thank you, Jerry." When they're interviewing Micah Parsons, all the fans love Micah Parsons, and they're all saying, "Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. You gave us him."
Yep.
You gave us Micah Parsons. And you might have handed us a Super Bowl, because he could be potentially the difference.
He could be a difference maker. He could be.
And getting back with the Giants, I just don't think this is good for the Giants. I don't see. I saw them. They weren't even that competitive against Washington. And Washington, I watched that game. Washington toyed with them. And Daniels played really good. Now, I think Thursday night, the problem with Daniels is I think he had Micah Parsons. He had so much Micah Parsons in that Green Bay. Gary and Micah Parsons coming after him, he just got rattled.
Yeah.
And not deservedly. I mean, I don't hold that against him, because Micah Parsons was just absolutely ruthless coming through that line. Nobody can block him.
Yeah. They're gonna. That's gonna be a problem. That's the key to what teams are doing. You load up on the pass rush and keep getting as many guys as you can to rush the passer. I mean, even the Eagles shocked me when they signed Zadarius Smith, and I said, "What? They got so many edge rushers. They could just rotate all kind of guys in and out." And but that is a big key to winning a championship.
That's how the Giants won the Super Bowls against New England.
And you got a bunch of them.
The rush.
They got so many guys. So and that's the same thing with the Packers.
Same thing.
They got so many guys that can rush you.
When you have that type of defensive line with those type of players coming after you, the rush, the strength blowing through that offensive line, the quarterback just never gets in a comfort zone, and they're kind of looking around. And once you get I always say, once the quarterback gets the happy feet and they got to move around, that's where you have them. Mm-hmm. And that's how you win a lot of games. And that's how you end up with a Super Bowl team, is because saw it with the Giants, the 2 Super Bowls they won with Eli. They had great defensive lines on both those teams that took Brady way out of his comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And then you had turnaround, and now you see like a Green Bay Packers with Micah, and he's going to drive people crazy.
Yep.
And the Packers, that could be the difference maker.
Yep.
But if I'm a Giant fan, I'm not happy. If I'm a Jet fan, I see a lot of hope and promise. Thing is, though, both teams have tough games this week.
Yeah.
So if you want to, let's go ahead and let's look at the games. We have the Jags at the Bengals, Dave Clark. 3.5, 3.5. Jags are getting 3.5. The Jags beat the Panthers last week 26-10. Some people are still not buying the Jags being a good team. And then obviously the Bengals survived Cleveland but came out of there with a win.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Bengals still in that early season mode of being a little lethargic? I can't figure it out.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. They have they host the Jags.
The Jags got a little energy going too. The way they was playing. 3.5 to the Jags.
3.5.
But it's at Cincinnati.
At Cincinnati. So the Jags on the road, Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go with Burrow in them. I'm gonna try them one more time. They lose there, maybe they just are jinx for the beginning of the season.
Well, last week you went with the Browns and won because they didn't cover.
Mm-hmm.
I went with the Bengals. That's another one I lost because they didn't cover. I'm not 100% sold on the Jags either, so I'm going to go Bengals. And I know 3.5 is a dangerous.
Yep.
But I think the Bengals at home.
Yeah, they might do a little better there at home.
Let's go to the next game. The Giants are at the Cowboys on 1 p.m. Fox. Bengals are on CBS 1 o'clock. But the Giants travel to Dallas. They get 5.5. Now, this could be a funny game because you're going to figure the Cowboys should win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. Maybe the Giants will throw us a curve and win. I just don't see them being on the same level as the Cowboys in any regard.
Well,
they didn't show up against.
Yeah, that's what I think. They didn't show up
against Washington.
That's a Dable situation. You got to have your team ready to play, and I think he may do that this week. They got to wake up.
But Andrew Thomas is doubtful.
Mm-hmm. You still got to. Football is consistent of the next man up. So if whoever's on that roster is taking his spot, got to be ready to play. Then they got to also know, hey, on that end, we got to chip with somebody, a tight end, a back, whatever, and help. Their pass rush is not as ferocious as it was.
No, because they don't have Micah gone.
They still can put a little pressure. So are they going to have less pressure? Maybe. And if that happens, there's not too many people that's going to stay with Neighbors. That's not going to. That guy is so talented.
No, Neighbors is a stud.
He's a talent, boy. And
they just can't get him the ball because they can't.
Yeah, they couldn't block nobody.
They can't block. They didn't block anybody last. And Washington's defense isn't that good. It's an okay. That's the other thing.
But they do have a few pass rushers. Right. So I mean, they could do that, but they don't have really a great defense. So. I just think they got to wake up. I don't know. One part of me want to take the G-men and the 5 and the hook, but Dallas is at home.
They're home.
I would have felt better if New York was at home. That game against Washington was in Washington, wasn't it?
Yes. I got to go. I'm going the Cowboys. The Cowboys actually could have and should have beat the Eagles on Thursday night. CeeDee Lamb makes 2 catches. He makes the one catch that he should have definitely had the one in his hands. He makes that catch. I think they win the game. Yeah, I really thought that they actually played Philly really good. They should have beat Philly because they had the opportunity. And they just could not. Again, CeeDee Lamb dropping 2 balls, especially the one that was just, it should have been an easy catch. And I think the Cowboys beat Philly. I think the Cowboys are on a whole different level. I have a bad feeling that the Giants, I'm getting too much noise. Oh, they're better. Oh, the Dable's telling you this. I think they're all full of it. I don't think they're a good football team, and I think they stink.
Dable got to say what he's saying. I just try to look at some of the games. They did play better last year, the defense and everything, but you can't rely on that.
But they had no
gotta get
offense.
The offense. Right. You got to get the offense going, and can they play 2 games like they did? The last one just looked like they weren't ready to play.
No, they weren't. That game, I watched that game, and it was absolutely. If you're a Giant fan, all you basically saw was last year. The problem you have is Dable, and they're all talking about this is a new year. The offensive line's been tweaked. It's so much better, yada, yada, yada. And then they go up and they looked against Washington. They look like they just laying an egg is an understatement. They look terrible. They look like last year's team, and they stunk last year, and this looks like it's the same team. Yeah. I don't care what Dable says.
Well, I really don't care what any coach says, to be honest with you, in the NFL, because when they practice, they're practicing against themselves until they had those little practice sessions together. But you can't really tell off of that if we're all the way to where we need to be or close to it. You might see some improvements or things guys doing, but until they get into the game situation, that's what we'll see if they can really keep that going. Right. So I don't know. They just didn't look. That's all I looked at. This didn't look like a team that was ready to play football. That does happen. It does happen. It shouldn't. Much money is to get paid, but it does.
Coaching?
No, I can't. No, when you're just not ready to play, it's not talent.
That's coaching.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's
what I mean.
I just said the first thing I said is that's a Dable situation. That's not the team. No, because if people don't understand, NFL teams, you look at one team, look at another, and say, "Oh, it's a big difference." You might get two players on a team that was not that good, two new players on it, and all of a sudden they soar to the top.
That's right.
That's because of how close the talent really is.
Right.
But how well is each team coached?
Right. And is the scheme fitting the players' strength?
That's right. All those things factor in.
Right.
So
what do you think?
I want to go to. I do want to go with the Giants. I do in a way. The flashback. I'm taking New York roots.
Yeah.
We usually don't just fall apart. New York people.
No, they don't.
But man, that looked so terrible.
No.
Just put me down for the Giants right now.
All right.
And then see if I can read something to make me feel better. And then if I don't, I'm going Dallas.
Look, I know it's one game. I just see the same team. I see the same crap thrown out in front of me. I have a bad feeling that this is going to be not a good year.
And even if they lose, if I can see them
competitive,
be competitive, yeah, and fight.
Lose, if you lose I'm taking Cowboys because nothing is jumping out at me to say, the Giants. If the Giants played like the Jets last week, then I would be inclined to take them.
Yeah,
because the Jets were really competitive against the Steelers, could have won the game. Lost. The kicker for the Steelers kicked a 60-yarder.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, okay, but the Jets played that game. Watched that game. I had that game on the TV, and then my Giants were on the tablet, and I'm watching them both. And I saw two different teams, New York teams. Jets very competitive, strong. Glenn's a very good coach. Players love. I think they like playing for him. Fields looked really good under Glenn's system, even though he's a defensive guy. Heard all that rhetoric there. So, but I watched the Giants, and it's still crap. Let's go to the Bears at the Lions. Monday nighter, Bears lost a tough game to the Vikings. A game I thought they were going to win, but then J.J. McCarthy wakes up or gets the cobwebs or the whatever out of his system. Played really good, especially the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and the Bears just kind of seem like the Bears.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them.
I don't know. Caleb is still a work in progress. You see talent there.
Yeah, talent all over the field. But
they play choppy. They don't play. He doesn't seem to still be in sync with the rest of the team. I don't know if you want to blame he holds the ball so much. He moves too much. I don't know. All I know is I thought the Bears were going to win going away. They were doing the 40th anniversary of the Super Bowl '85 team, yada, yada, yada. They lost. The Lions lost last week to the Packers. They were not competitive at all. That game, that was a 4:25 game. They were prepping that thing. That game was over. One quarter, you knew who was winning that game.
I mean, they didn't look good at all.
They
looked like they lost all their coordinators. But that's just crazy if you did. It looked that bad.
But you looked that bad. They got
to rebound.
They had 27-13. They lost. They had a garbage touchdown at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's why I said it wasn't that close.
It wasn't even that close.
Yeah, I'm going to take what's the point total?
6 and a hook. The Bears get 6 and a hook at Detroit. They're playing in the Dome.
Yeah, I just think they're gonna dismantle Chicago. I mean, they got to wake up. And they got to wake up quick because the way they looked, that don't look good for Detroit at all. No pass rush. Offensively, all out of sync. Couldn't run the ball. Couldn't throw the ball. I mean, what they did? That did not look like the Dan Campbell.
No.
Let's go team. That didn't look good at all. So this is a hard one though because Chicago, they looked good at first when they came out.
Here.
And then just fell off a cliff.
Here's a stat for you and me. Jared Goff has had 5 different play callers in his entire career. Under the 3 not named Sean McVay and Ben Johnson, he is 0-19-1. That's Jared Goff. So when he doesn't have Sean McVay and Ben Johnson as his play callers, he's 0-19-1.
That's terrible.
That's not good.
No, that's that make you want to go to Chicago,
right?
And not that Detroit won't win the game, but will they cover?
6 and a hook. That's what part I debate. I was going to go Lions, but the Bears, to me, I thought they were going to be a different team. They looked good, but then
something just happened.
And then they just fell apart in that second half.
Yeah, I don't know.
They had the pick 6. I thought, okay, they're going to win this game going away. And then they just couldn't do anything with Minnesota the second half. And they it's like they kind of gave the game to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then Caleb couldn't do anything offensively in the second half. Like he kind of I don't know if he fall apart. He just either got confused or got out of sync with the team.
I don't like their running game either.
They had no running. I mean,
yeah, you got to have that. That's
I think
to
the Lions will snap back at home.
That's what I'm gonna say. He hasn't had a win, so it's time for him to win.
You want to go the Lions?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with the Lions. I'm gonna go with it. They're at home. But
let's roll to the Rams at the Titans. The Titans lost last week to the Broncos. Mm-hmm. We lost because they lost. It was 8.5, and they only lost by 8. So Hook got us last week on this game.
Yeah,
that's why I don't bet. But the Rams beat the Texans. Not really impressive, but they did cover. They won 14-9.
Mm-hmm.
Not an impressive game for the Rams. People still wondering if is Stafford 100%, and will he make it through the season with his back? But the Titans are home getting 5 and a hook.
Yeah, this is...
and the Rams have a tendency to play to the level of the opponent.
Yeah, I'm going to still go with the Rams because people don't underestimate the Houston Texans defense. They got one of the best defenses in football and 2 of the best edge rushers in football, and Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Them guys put pressure all day long. Nobody talks about that duel. They're almost unblockable at times. So
I'll take the Rams. I just think they're the better team.
This is not the Titans don't have that type of pass rush.
No.
That those guys, even though Jeffrey Simmons is a problem from defensive tackle. I mean, he's a problem in there, but it doesn't matter.
Get to the Pats at the Finns. The Finns got absolutely boat raced last week by the Colts 33-6. The Patriots lost to the Raiders 20-13. You got it right. I got it wrong. I don't know what the heck the Patriots. I thought they would. I thought they beat the Raiders, but they obviously did not. We have the Dolphins are actually giving the Patriots 1.5. People are basically thinking that they've already said this. All the naysayers say that the Dolphins coach won't make it to 5 games, that he's going to get fired. Yeah. They've already got him fired.
Yeah, I see it coming.
So he's the proverbial dead man walking, sort of to speak. But sadly, the Patriots are getting a hook, 1 and a hook on the road. They don't play good in Miami historically. The heat down there seems to always get. Brady had
everybody. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was going with Miami when I looked at it. Just because of the heat. They got to play a lot. They got too many offensive weapons to be playing the way they do. I mean, they're dysfunctional. So I'm going to try them for this week. I'll just try them. It's only a 1.5, right?
I'll lay the point, and I'll take Miami.
Me too.
Next one up is the 49ers at the Saints. The Saints get 3 and a hook. And the quarterback that Kyle Shanahan wanted to draft, but they gave 3 first-rounders away to get Trey Lance, and they wouldn't have had to give anything away to get Mac Jones, is now their quarterback because Brock Purdy looks like, well, he's got turf toe and a shoulder injury, and they've got him slated to be out 2 to 5 weeks. And they're saying it's probably closer to 5 weeks than it is the 2 weeks. So it looks like it will now be the Mac Jones show in San Francisco, the quarterback that Kyle Shanahan wanted and didn't get. Well, now he has him.
Well, we'll see how he does.
Now they're on the road against the Saints, laying 3.5. Winning last week against the Seahawks 17-13. I got that wrong too. And the Saints lost to the Cardinals 20-13. So San Fran's got the win under their belt, and the Saints lost like everybody thought they were going to do. So the question is, do the Saints make this a game? And what is can Mac Jones, can he step in and be a good quarterback under the Kyle Shanahan? Because he definitely wasn't a good quarterback with Belichick.
No. He had a few games in there he did decent.
He did, but
I don't know. He looked decent a couple games at Jacksonville too last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm going to go with San Fran.
Me too. I got to go with the 49ers. Let's go to the next one. The Bills at the Jets. Oh, man. The Jets are getting 6 and a hook at home. They do play the Bills tough at home.
Yeah,
they can play them tough.
Yeah.
The Bills coming off the miraculous win after giving up 40 points. Oh, yeah. Here was the other thing they said on that game. There was the first time in NFL history that team gave up 40 points and over 250 yards rushing and won a game. No team ever in the history of the NFL
ever done that.
Ever in the history of the NFL, dating back, 100 years now. No team gave up 40 points and 250 yards in rushing and won a game. No one ever did that till Sunday night Buffalo Bills. First team to do it, just for what it's worth. Getting back, though, to the game. Jets getting 6.5 points. Fields had a good game last week. Jets played well enough to win, but just lost an incredibly tough game. But I'm a Jet fan. I at least have a good feeling. I know it's a loss, and they and the Giants are both 0-1. But if I'm a Jet fan, I feel, hey.
Yeah, I just
now
don't
the question is, can they cover the 6?
Because
Buffalo.
That offense just put so much points on the board. Can the Jets stay with that within 6?
Right.
That's the thing. But they usually play that offense tough, though. I will say that.
Play them tough.
Oh, man. And where's this game at?
MetLife. Jets. It's Jet home game.
Oof.
I'm taking the Jets and I'll take the points in the Jets.
Thinking that 6.5?
6 and a hook. It's not 7. It's 6 and a hook. I was almost tempted, but I think Buffalo's going to. I'm always wrong about this, but I think Buffalo's going to come down a little bit, and I think the Jets feel that, hey, we have a team, we could compete, we can win. Now are they at the level of the Bills? But the Bills' defense looked bad.
Yeah,
let's face it. I mean, you gave up 40 points.
Yep. Justin Fields is not Lamar, but he is going to cause a problem with the run.
He has, but yes, he's not Lamar.
He's not as elusive as Lamar.
But he's right.
But once he get in open space,
but he can make things happen with his legs.
Oh, he will. And if he get in space, he's gone.
Right.
Yeah, you may not catch him. So, I mean, there's two different type of dynamics, but they both can run the football.
They can both run.
So
you're right. He's
that's
not.
The problem.
Because Lamar's one in a kind.
Yeah, I mean the way he's running, he's so good throwing the ball now.
He's so elusive, but he runs with so much ease. Instinctively, he just knows where to go, and he doesn't get hit hard. He knows how to
Yeah, I don't know how he does that.
I don't know how he does it. It's like Muhammad Ali never got hit hard because he always knew where to move when the punch came. Yeah. He's like Muhammad Ali, like he knows when the guy's coming at him, the angle, so he knows where to go, so the guy doesn't get a full hit. It's like that instinctive ability.
Yeah, he
to
is.
Just
I don't know how he does that.
And I don't know. That's just pure instinct how he does that.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's going to be a problem for Buffalo. I'm serious. And if he can be accurate as he was last week, that could be a problem. But, man, this is hard. I'm going to take Buffalo.
All right. I'll go Jets. I'll take home. We'll talk about Seahawks at Steelers. 3.5. Seahawks get 3 and a hook with the Steelers. We'll talk about that right after break. Saturday morning sports page. It's already the third quarter, so we're almost done. We're done with the third quarter.
Yep.
Fourth quarter coming up after a quick timeout on Western Reserve Radio.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for years he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Sherman Gillums Jr., Paralyzed Veterans of America.
For more than 70 years, Paralyzed Veterans of America has helped hundreds of thousands of veterans get all the benefits they've earned.
Al Kovac Jr., Paralyzed Veterans of America.
We provide one-on-one support tailored to your individual needs, including healthcare advocacy, benefits support, and career assistance.
For more information, call 1-800-424-8200 or visit pva.org. A public service of Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Saturday morning sports page, back at you. So much going on NFL this time of year. We could go on forever.
Right.
We obviously took the one we did off air, move it along. Seahawks at Steelers. Steelers are laying 3 and a hook to the Seahawks. We took Steelers on that.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks coming east. Let's go to the Browns at the Ravens.
Oh, boy.
This is a lot.
It's a lot.
We got the lumber truck outside because this is 11.5 points to the Browns. A lot of lumber wood to the Browns, so they get 11.5 points in Baltimore. Baltimore coming off that Sunday loss. I know they got to be still wondering. Browns in the same boat.
Yeah,
they lost to the Bengals. Or both.
They
both lost by 1 point. Right, exactly. Yeah. Both these teams are looking at last week as we should have won.
Yep.
If the Browns kicker could make 2 kicks, an extra point, and a 34-yard field goal, they win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens, obviously, if 4th and 3, you let Lamar do his thing, you probably get the first down and win the game.
Mm-hmm.
No, We talked about it a lot, especially the Ravens situation in the first half of the show. Still a crazy loss for the Ravens.
Yep.
Both these teams are scratching their head thinking they don't want to look back too much because they realize we should be 1-0. I know it's only one game, but you look, this is the stuff that could drive these guys crazy.
This is hard for me to give up 11 and a
but
hook.
it's 11 and a hook. Baltimore's given up 11 and a hook to Cleveland.
And Browns usually stick in there.
And they always hang in there.
But
and
I don't know.
And the Ravens' defense is questionable because they gave up 41 points to Buffalo.
Yeah, I know.
Now, this isn't Josh Allen. It's Joe Flacco, but still.
Yeah. Yes, that's a big difference there.
I don't
you know
know
exactly where Flacco is at. So, I don't know. That's a lot of points, but I'm going to try giving it up this time. I'm giving it 11.5 and saying, Baltimore, you got to come back and show something at home. That's a lot.
Yeah, I was going to go
game,
Browns, but I like the home team. I'll take Ravens too.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot
Division
of points,
games,
but
yeah, it is.
I think Baltimore and they snap back. Broncos at the Colts. This is a tough one. 1.5. The Colts get 1.5.
Broncos and the Colts.
Yeah, 1.5. Colts get 1.5. The Colts are getting a home dog, getting 1.5 points.
They make me want to go with them in a way.
Yeah,
I am going to go with.
I like the Colts. You want the Colts?
Yeah, I'm gonna try them too.
All right, let's move to the Panthers at the Cards. 6.5. Panthers get 6.5 on the road in Arizona. They lost last week to the Jags 26-10. Cardinals beat the Saints 20-13.
Yeah,
I'll take the Cardinals.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with them too.
All right, let's go next with the Eagles at the Chiefs. This is the big game. This is the big game, 4:20. This is the only game on at 4:25 on Fox. Eagles at the Chiefs. The Chiefs get 1.5.
Chiefs at home.
Chiefs at home getting 1.5 over in the Eagles.
Yeah.
To the Chiefs. I'm sorry.
I think the Chiefs going to win because they quit having A.J. Brown do calisthenics. That's all I say to the Eagles. I'm tired of him running routes and not getting the ball.
No.
So I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Okay. I got to go.
That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard for me to do, too.
I'm taking the Eagles, and the reason why I watched that offensive line for Kansas City is not a good offense.
No.
Number 74 is a penalty. He's just terrible. And the Eagles have the defensive line.
Yeah,
Carter is back. Jalen Carter. Don't spit on anybody, Jalen Carter.
Yeah,
Mind your business.
You know what? He can't react. Did you see where
I know.
Dak spit?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice
until
that
they showed
either,
it. You
but
can see
they
it. He got it
showed
between the linemen and then spit.
Right. Don't. Right.
He spit first.
Discipline.
Yep, just don't
do it. Focus. Don't spit on anybody. He's in there. I have to go with the Eagles. They have a better defensive line. Offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs is bad. I'm sorry. And this is, maybe the Chiefs come back and win, and this is their and I get it. I got it. My heart says got to go with the team.
Yeah.
Eagles are a better team.
Yeah.
Let's go the Sunday nighter. Falcons at the Vikings 3.5. Falcons get 3.5 in Minnesota.
I'm gonna take the Falcons.
You're gonna take the Falcons?
Yeah. I think BJ.
Penix is good.
John Robbins is going to be a factor. I'm gonna take him.
Yeah,
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, just because of the hook.
The hook, maybe 2. I was going to go Vikings, but I think the Falcons can hang with them. I like the hook. Let's go to the double header on Monday night.
Oh, it is 2 of them. That is
2 good games. Buccaneers at the Texans. 2.5. They get 2.5 on the road. So Baker
Tampa.
get 2.5.
I'm taking them.
You want the Bucks?
Yep. Even though that's going to be tough in Houston with that defense, but I think it's going to be a good one.
Tough.
That's going to be a good one. I'll take the Bucks.
Yeah, you know what? I go Bucks too. I still like the coach, the Bucks coach a lot.
Oh yeah,
he's one of my favorite coaches, Todd Bowles.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a because I like the guy. I still think Texans should win this, but I'll take the 2.5. Let's go to the the late Monday night or the 10 o'clock Monday nighter.
Mm-hmm.
The Bolts are at the Raiders, and the Raiders get 3.5.
At home.
At home. Raiders the home dog getting 3 in a hook. I don't hear those dogs barking yet.
It's usually a good game.
Yeah, but that's going to be.
I'm going to take the hook. I'm going to take the hook.
Yeah, take the
Raiders.
Take the Raiders on the hook.
They usually play a good game against each other.
Yeah,
good and tight.
I got to go Raiders. I like the hook too, although I'm kind of leaning on the Bolts.
Yeah, you can't deny what they played. How they played. They played good.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll go Bolts. I just changed it. I like the Bolts. Let's hit the phones. You're on the sports page. What's up?
Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Dave. How you guys doing?
Hey, Irish Mike. What's happening?
Doing well. Hey, earlier this week I was watching PTI. I think it was Thursday. Mike Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser, and they were talking about Ryan Day from Ohio State. The NCAA came out with their new transfer portal rule that there's not going to be 2 open portals now after the season and after the spring. It's to be one longer one.
Right.
And starting this season, it's from January 4th to I think January 23rd. So Ryan Day, which I agree with, was saying now any team that's in the Final Four, because by that time of the 12 teams, 8 will be eliminated, that they could start depleting their roster beginning then. You're getting ready for a semifinal game, and you got guys going in the portal. So he was saying why the championship game is January 19th or the 18th. Can't we just start it the day after the championship game, running from like January 18th to like February 4th? And I think Ryan Day is 100% correct.
Yeah, I actually agree with them.
I mean, I thought about it when they first talked about it. It should always be when the season is over.
Yeah, the day after the season ends,
Yeah.
And if you win the national championship, Pat, on a Monday night and the kid jumps in the portal Tuesday morning, then that's life, right?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, do you guys remember, this is going way back, I think we all remember this, when the Minnesota Timberwolves came in the NBA back in the late 80s, the Detroit Pistons won the title, and the day of their victory championship parade, Rick Mahorn got drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he had to leave Detroit during the parade.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
So we can't, we try to do the best we can do, but literally you could have a kid 12 hours after winning the championship saying, well, I'm going to the portal now. And that's just life. You know what I mean? It's because you guys all know, and we all know, that at the end of the day, kids are always going to do what's best for them and their futures, and especially if they want to play in the NFL. So even though their team's getting ready for a semifinal game with the potential of playing a title game, and a week or so later, they're still going to jump in the portal.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's like, what do you we got to get to our college picks.
Yes, sir.
But I just want to throw this story out since you called, because obviously you're a big college, and so are we. But I thought it was interesting that they've got 13 players from 6 schools involved in gambling. The schools are Eastern Michigan, Temple, Arizona State, New Orleans, North Carolina A&T, and Mississippi Valley State. They're under investigation for gambling violations. Shocking. Couldn't see this coming.
Major League Baseball players are going to have with the Cleveland Guardians, right?
Right.
The last 2 months of the season.
Right. It said
3 months.
It said they have violations on athletes betting on or against their team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I haven't followed that much, to be honest with you.
I just saw this pop
really
up.
Read about it. I mean, I heard it very vaguely on the College Football Network.
Well, I looked at it and said, I think it's way more than that many.
I think
schools.
It's a tip of the iceberg.
You go around, I believe it's everywhere.
No, I think that, and these probably kids are shaving points. So they're not throwing the game. Right. They're shaving the points. So instead of winning by 8, they win by 6. We talked about this a lot about back in the NBA in the 50s. That was a book I keep talking about, Wizard of Oz book.
I was just actually Pat in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago with my wife. We went to the Mob Museum in downtown Vegas, and they have a whole big section on that. Boston College basketball, CCNY back in the day. Yeah. But that was very common back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Yes, yes. And that's the thing. And you think it's still, again, and now that the pros and college are basically allowing FanDuel and DraftKings and all these other betting sites into the arenas. What do you? They're getting so close.
Yeah.
It's like, I could. This is a shock. Couldn't see this coming. Like, of course. What did they think was going to happen?
Right.
I don't know. I just threw it out there because I saw it. I know called. And let's go let's get to the games.
Okay.
We got a lot. We've got 8 games.
Okay.
Not too bad. I had the last 2 I kind of threw in there, but let's go. Big games today. Clemson at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's getting 2.5. This is a big game. Noon on ESPN. Clemson beat Troy last week, and then Georgia Tech beat Gardner-Webb 59-12. Clemson beat Troy 27-16. A pretty good game. Mm-hmm. Better than maybe a lot of people thought it was going to be.
This game's in Georgia
That's at
Tech.
Georgia Tech. At Georgia Tech's a home dog getting 2.5.
Yeah, I'm actually take the home dog. I'm going to go out there.
Georgia Tech is a pretty good team. If they get running that ball, this could be an interesting. What do you think, Irish Mike?
Oh, you know what? I think Clemson wins the game, but I'll go with Georgia Tech in the points, though.
Take the
Their
2 and a hook.
Georgia Tech is legit. He's a 3-year starter. He's a good player.
I know. I like them. I got to go Georgia Tech. I like Georgia Tech. I won't be surprised if Georgia Tech doesn't win. Next one up is big game today, 3:30 ABC. It's a SEC matchup, Georgia at Tennessee. Tennessee gets 3 and a hook. Georgia beat Austin P last week 28-6, not a real blowout. And then Tennessee beat East Tennessee 72-17.
Yeah.
That was the blowout.
Yeah. I'm taking Tennessee anyway.
And the points, 3 and a hook.
Yeah, I'm taking it. I'm going with another
dog.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tennessee, too. I think at home, the first Stockton, didn't play well against Notre Dame. He's played well the first couple of games this year, but they've been down in Athens. This is a big first 2 road test, so I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Yep.
Next one up is Arkansas at Ole Miss. 6.5. Arkansas is getting 6.5 on the road at Ole Miss. They beat Arkansas State 56-14. Arkansas did, and Ole Miss beat Kentucky 30-27. Kentucky didn't cover. They didn't cover because they were 8.5-point favorite.
No, so wait, who is now? This is Miss.
Arkansas at Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is laying 6 and a hook to Arkansas. Arkansas on the road getting 6 and a hook.
What's Arkansas's record?
2-0.
The thing I'm taking them.
You like Arkansas?
Yeah, the only reason I'm doing that is because I know they got a decent quarterback. Green is still the quarterback.
Irish Mike, do you know who the quarterback of Arkansas is?
Yeah, he's correct. He's correct.
It's still
Notre
him?
Dame actually plays Arkansas in Fayetteville 2 weeks from today down in Fayetteville.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with the roster. He's right. He's right.
Yeah, they got him from Boise.
I'm going to go with Ole Miss, Dave, just to say by a touchdown. I think the line's 6.5. I'll go with Ole Miss just because the game's in Jackson, Mississippi, and this is Arkansas's first road game. So
yeah, that's true. That definitely is true.
Yeah, I'll take Ole Miss at home. The next one is Florida at LSU, -6.5. And the only thing that I wonder is, can Brian Kelly say something more annoying and tick off the other coach like he did with Dabo Swinney? Like, Brian Kelly just likes to just say stupid things. Like, Dabo was complimenting him, and then Brian Kelly comes back with, didn't he watch the fourth quarter? I mean, Kelly, just take the compliment and shut up. Like, Brian Kelly
wasn't wrong, though, Pat. LSU dominated that second half.
He's right.
They did. Kelly was right. He just shouldn't have said it out loud.
Right.
Kelly was right, though.
You see, that's the point. The point is, we
all
know.
saw it.
Right. The thing is, I know you're right, but it's the opposing coach. Dabo's throwing you a compliment. Just say, yeah, we played a good game. Sweeney's a great coach. Clemson's a good team. We won the game. We played better in the second. He has no savvy, be nice, be just okay. No, don't slap the other coach upside the head. Yeah, you're right, but you don't have to do that. But he's Kelly. Anyway, he's laying 6.5. Florida's getting 6.5 at LSU. They lost last week against South Florida, 18-16. Napier is their head coach. Supposedly, he's on the hot seat. Mm-hmm. Kelly laying 6.5. Clemson lays 6.5 to Florida. Home game 7:30 tonight on ABC.
I'm going LSU.
Yeah. What do you think, Irish Mike?
I'm going to go LSU as well.
Yeah.
Now if you remember, I said about that South Florida team. I told you. Remember last week?
You said that.
They're a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah, you
I
called
seen how
it.
they blasted Boise.
Yep.
And they just
People
giving everybody problems.
blame the heat.
They
No.
play the Hurricanes today, and they better watch out.
Yeah. The Hurricanes better be careful.
Yeah,
They're
they
like
play
an
them.
18, 17-point favorite. I
Yeah.
don't have that one on the list, or we could throw it on
I'll
here.
take South Florida.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though that's my team, I'm still taking them.
Let's go your neck of the.
Pat, you go back to Florida. Obviously, Billy Napier losing home last week to South Florida. He's back on the hot seat again. Do we all agree with that?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And their schedule's brutal, Dave Clark. Their schedule's brutal.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, you know what?
Yes, it is.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, I think it's all
He
over.
might get. I don't know if he's going to survive. I don't like to call coach.
He got a gauntlet. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and he's not. And nothing's easy.
And you're always going to have a gauntlet in
Arguably
SEC.
the second easiest game of the season. Let's be honest. if you want to be fair and objective.
Let's go to Texas A&M at Notre Dame. They're getting 6 in a hook, Irish Mike.
Yes, correct.
So,
and obviously Notre Dame had the bye week last week,
Yeah.
so they haven't played since Miami game 13 days ago, and they didn't play very well.
No.
Very disappointed, as I told you gentlemen last week, very disappointed in their offensive line play down at Miami. Very disappointed. Very surprised and disappointed.
yeah. In a game they should have won.
And how many points is
6 in a hook.
Texas
gets A&M gets 6 in a hook. It's tonight.
I think, guys, Notre Dame's going to win, but I'll take Texas A&M
You like
6.5.
the points.
I think Notre Dame, I think it's like a 3-4 point game, and because it's in South Bend,
Yeah.
then Notre Dame finds a way to win. But I think Texas A&M covers.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking A&M too.
All right. I'm going ND, lay the points, because I think they're going to come back and they're going to win. And they'll cover the 6.5. I'm always usually wrong. Let's go to Vanderbilt at South Carolina. It's 2.5. Vandy gets 2.5 on the road. Big win. Vandy blew out Va Tech last week, 44-20, and then South Carolina beat South Carolina State 38-10. But Vandy could be they're an interesting team because
we know what they did last year.
They beat Alabama last year, but they're getting 2 in a hook on the road. South Carolina.
They're undefeated too, Vanderbilt, right?
Yeah, Vandy's 2-0. Like I said, big win.
Nashville? Is the game in Nashville?
Yeah, it's no.
Okay.
The game, no. It's South Carolina.
The game's in Nashville, correct? The game's in Nashville.
No, South Carolina.
This says at Vandy at South Carolina. Am I missing something?
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
well, then I'm going to go with South Carolina, being down at South Carolina's home field. I'll go with South Carolina.
Yeah, they only giving how much? 2.5.
It's only 2.5.
Yeah, I'll take South Carolina at home too.
Okay.
But it won't be easy.
No, I'll take South Carolina.
And I won't be surprised they lose. I won't be.
No.
Vandy will. I will not be.
Let's go to. Okay, I threw these. These are throw-in games. Says Minnesota at Cal, 2.5. Cal gets 2.5
at home.
At home against Minnesota, who's got to go across. They're both 2-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cal.
Take Cal home, getting 2 in the hook.
I'm going to go Minnesota, Pat.
Okay. So you want Minnesota. Dave wants Cal. Oh, man, I don't know. I'll take Minnesota. They won 6. I'll go Minnesota. Let's go to Duke at Tulane. Tulane lays. Duke gets 1.5 at Tulane this week.
I'm taking
I'll
Tulane.
go Tulane.
Yep, me too.
Because they're at home.
Yep. That's it.
I wasn't going to put that game on. I have to find it. But that Miami, that's a big spread.
Yeah, 17.5. Yeah. I just seen them flashed it up on ESPN just now.
All right, and where are they playing that at?
They playing
down in Miami.
Yep,
that's down in Miami's home
So
field.
that's USF at Miami.
At Miami.
But I'm taking USFF.
Okay, 17.
17.5. Yep.
And a half.
I think, Dave, Miami doesn't leave the state of Florida till like late
No,
October.
they don't.
Correct, right? It's a crazy schedule.
Yeah, I know.
We'll throw that game
Miami
in.
as well. I think Miami wins. USF's had 2 great weeks against Boise State and against Florida. I think they just run out of gas. I'll take Miami at home to win big.
Okay. Dave, you want?
I'm going to stay with South Florida.
Me too.
17.5.
I like USF. I throw it in there. What the heck?
I just want them points.
I just threw that. That was okay. Yeah, because usually the big point spreads I stay away with, but we'll go with that one because I like the USF story is rather interesting because they're coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And like I said, they've got two big wins. They beat Florida, and they really handled Boise. And everyone said, "Well, Boise's
Miami somehow today, Pat, they can catapult in the top 15. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
and would be well deserving.
Well, if Miami wins, yeah. If
I'm
Miami,
talking about USF, if they pull up the
oh
upset,
yeah,
they can be a top
if
15
USF wins, they go 3-0, and with those 3 victories,
Yeah.
they were all top
All
25
top 20
teams, right?
yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you got to think they need to be in the conversation.
I think even in a close game, they might even get in there in the top
Yeah,
25 at least.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
The
on the.
schedule's been very hard. They probably played the toughest schedule in the country so far.
Yeah,
right?
I mean they come right out and
Yeah, they.
3 weeks in a row. Boom,
Yep.
boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, yeah, they're playing that game at 4:30 today on the CW network. That actually might be worth watching. Like of all the games that are on at 4:00, I mean the Georgia Tennessee's 3:30. The Buckeyes are playing in the Bobcats. They were like a 35 point favorite, whatever it was. But that's on Peacock tonight at 7:30.
Yeah, correct.
And so, but Notre Dame's on at 7:30 tonight. So
Correct.
obviously be watching that. But you got Florida at LSU tonight at 7:30 on ABC.
Yeah, a lot of good football.
Yep.
So you got a lot of tonight.
There's some good ones.
Right. Minnesota at Cal's actually on ESPN at 10:30 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If you're so motivated to stay up. But the game, I think the noon game, Clemson at Georgia Tech, could be a real interesting game.
And that game's down in Atlanta, right, Pat? That's on the road. That's in Atlanta? Is that Georgia Tech?
Yeah, it's at Georgia Tech. Yeah. That's
I like their quarterback a lot. I like
I
Georgia
do.
Tech's quarterback a lot.
I like that. What's his name?
For which team?
Georgia Tech's quarterback.
Oh yeah, I can't think of it. But he is a tough guy. He can run in.
Because Thanksgiving they played Georgia down in Athens, and he had a great game. A game they probably should have won.
They actually should have beat Georgia
last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a crazy game. You guys remember that?
Yeah, they did. Yes, it was. That was a game I thought Georgia Tech was going to win. You're right. That quarterback played really good, and they lost that game.
He plays good in big moments.
And he's actually a really good quarterback. So I think it'll be interesting to see what he does against Clemson. And then the thing is, if Clemson gets beat, they're 1-2.
Uh-huh.
Now all of a sudden they might have to win out to get in.
Oh yeah, for sure. They probably would have to.
Pat, his name's Haynes King. Haynes King.
That's
the
it.
quarterback of Georgia
Yes,
Tech.
that's
Haynes
it.
King.
Haynes King. I knew it was. It's that that first name was like Haynes.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a last name, but it's a first name. Haynes
And
King.
he's a 24. He'll be 25 in January, so he's a 6th-year senior.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
He's good. I mean, they played Colorado and beat Colorado, and he had a really good game. He had that big run right at the end of the game to set up the score to beat Colorado, who I believe Colorado lost last night to Houston.
Correct.
So now they're
And
one.
the other game I saw highlights this morning, guys, and help me out with this. Arizona beat Kansas State down in the desert, down in Tucson late last night. Was that a league game last night? Is Arizona in the Big 12 now with
Yes.
Kansas State in that group?
Yes, that
that
would
was a
be
league game.
that's a league game. They're both Big 12.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, well, yeah, because California's in the ACC with Stanford.
That's right.
So they're playing Minnesota, Big Ten. That's an ACC school now.
Yes.
So it's really hard, especially the old Pac-12 teams are all over the board. The ones that were in the conference, then they scattered them, but they're all over the place. Like Arizona State are in the Big 12.
Big 12 now.
Right.
Washington, Oregon, UCLA, and USC are Big 10.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Lucia, of
That's
UCLA
crazy.
football, I know that quarterback left Tennessee because he wanted a bigger raise, and they told him to hit the road. Now he's at UCLA. Oh, my gosh.
You wish he was back at Tennessee.
Yeah,
I was thinking that, Dave. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, there were a lot of people.
His father generated that.
I know.
And everyone applauded Tennessee and said, good for them. They told the guy to hit the road.
Yeah, and he was making, what were they paying him at Tennessee, $6 million?
Yes. He was making a significant amount.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
he was.
he was born and raised in California, so when a kid goes to Tennessee, we all knew what that was about.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
But
And
I mean, yeah. So
Minnesota's not going to have their top running back versus California.
oh, okay.
Darius Taylor is doubtful to play. Do you?
Oh.
You picked Minnesota. I picked
Yeah,
Minnesota.
I'll still take Minnesota. They're still going to run the ball no matter who they play.
Yeah.
That guy does a good job there.
Yeah.
PJ Fleck is about
Fleck's
6
a
years
good
now.
coach.
I mean, they have an identity.
Yeah. Thanks, Irish Mike. Dave Clark,
Yep.
that 2 hours flew by like it wasn't
like
even
nothing
there.
left.
Everybody stay safe.
Yes.
Do not drive. Stay sober. Get a designated driver and buckle up.
Yeah.
Saturday Morning Sports Page, Pat Lucia, Dave Clark, Western Reserve Radio.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Lounge Legacy Club. Go big and go all night with our luxurious rooms and suites. Book the time of your life today at circalasvegas.com.
Hi, this is Grace Remington for VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. There's sharp money coming in on Florida. LSU opened as a 9.5-point favorite, but the lines dropped to 7.5 despite heavy public action on the Tigers. Still, VSiN expert Zach Cohen isn't sold on the Gators' offense. He says a touchdown is too many points to lay, so consider LSU in parlays or teasers. Brian Kelly is 16-0 straight up as a home favorite. Sign up for VSiN Pro to receive daily best bets, live video, betting tools, and more for just $9.99, or get 50% off an annual plan at